What other college in the world flies every single diploma student to Sydney to attend a leadership conference?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you bought your flight to Sydney today. We'd like to say special mention to all the girls from Elly Lukas Beauty School who are on the way up to Sydney for a beauty conference. Congratulations, girl. You all look fabulous.
The conference was on Sydney Harbour, and we were absolutely inspired by the legends of the spa and beauty industry.
We're here at the 2019 Beauty Expo. We're about to catch up with some past Elly Lukas students as well as the future who have actually flown up here this morning on a 6 a.m. flight to experience all that the industry encompasses.
My dad got up this morning and was just like, bye, and then went straight back to bed.
Well, this morning particularly I got up at 3:30. I think Michaela got up at 3:15.
I had a few people message me about it. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, we're just going to the Expo for Elly Lukas. Well, we just came back from Hamilton Island as well, so everyone's like, they're like, why are you going away so much? Wait, you're going for a day? Like a day trip to Sydney?
And even just telling people around here at the Expo, they can't believe that our whole school would be able to fly here just for one day.
My friends and family were like, what, you're going to Sydney just for one day? I was like, yeah, why not?
Once you've done that, after a while, they want something a little bit more. That's where we've got the microretinol.
We're just seeing a bit of a trend in body contouring and non-surgical type treatments in terms of reducing cellulite, body treatments, that type of stuff. So this is our Splendor X. It is a Alex and Yag laser hair removal device.
With the Elly Lukas students that you're seeing walk around the Expo today, what makes them stand out to you?
I love it. I love it because they all come, they're all in the uniforms, they all look immaculate, and I think it's a real credit to Elly Lukas. I don't know another college that sends all of their students along. Elly Lukas, they have a standard that's really high, and their ongoing knowledge and the experiences that they have. It's not just going every day to learn, they actually have all these other experiences along the way that actually help with their learning.
Travelling around, what's been your favourite stand so far?
Definitely England. We spent a lot of money there. The pigments in it is so beautiful and they can suit to so many different styles. I've liked Flashbox, so they've been actually teaching us volume fans how to make them. It's like I was standing there forever just making lash fans and they were telling us about all the new products that came through.
Crown, they have really good specials with the brushes.
Elabana,
Yes.
lash lifting sort of stuff. I recently did my course for that, so I'm pretty excited to get in there. Probably Proactive, because they've got really nice fragrances. Probably Mind Body.
Claire Derm, where they had microdermabrasion machines, hydrodermabrasion and diamond head as well.
We love that stand, especially wanting to open up their own home salon, and they have good discounts for students that are graduating.
Obviously you can see our wonderful new product, the Lafontique. It's a regenerating cell technology. That is a wonderful launch that we're doing this year, leading into next year, which is our centenary year. So we are 100 years next year.
What kind of trends are you predicting for the future of the skincare industry?
Anti-age, anti-age, anti-age. We are very much focused on that. We have more launching of anti-age products next year as well. Payo and Elly Lukas have worked together for years. It's just wonderful working with Elly Lukas, and as far as our products are concerned with Elly Lukas, with Payo, we work in synergy with their training, and it's really just one of those fantastic things that we are working with the number one education and training centre for beauty therapists in Australia, in the world perhaps, but we continue to work with the best, with Elly Lukas, and we are loving that. A lot of the wonderful students, once they've left and graduated, they come into Payo salons. The professionalism and the way that they work as beauty therapists, you can just tell, you think, it looks like they've been working as beauty therapists for years, not just coming straight out of their training.
What's been the biggest thing that you've learned in your course so far?
There's lots of opportunities and pathways you can go. Elly Lukas provides there's a little bit of things for everybody. You can either do makeup, there's massage, there's plenty of opportunities and pathways your career you can go into.
I was wanting to focus on skincare, and then we started massage first and I actually really enjoyed it. And so I'm just learning that there's a lot more than just what you sort of think, and you can go anywhere with it.
We're actually performing epiblading, which is the equivalent of dermaplaning or epidermal levelling.
and what that does is it exfoliates the skin while removing the vellus hair.
And what kind of qualification do you have to perform this treatment?
We prefer you to either have a certificate in either beauty therapy or dermal therapies. Otherwise, you need to have at least 5 years of experience in clinic if you don't have a formal qualification.
What's the biggest thing that you've learned so far being at Elly Lukas?
How wide this industry actually is and how much opportunity there really is.
Have you thought about what you want to do post Elly Lukas?
Yes, I have my life planned out. So I personally want to go work on Hamilton or Hayman Islands for 6 to 12 months. Then after that I want to come home for a little bit, see my family, and then move off to London to go work for Steiner.
A couple of years down the track, fingers crossed, I'm going to have my own salon. So that's my personal goal.
So I have with me here Keely and Charlotte, 2018 graduates of Elly Lukas and Ducks of the college. Tell me what you've been doing since Elly Lukas last year.
So I'm currently studying the associate degree in dermal therapy. So that's been amazing, as well as working at Rationale, which is a luxury skincare brand. So the uni degree as well as Rationale goes really well together, learning about all the science behind the skin.
So we went on the trip this year earlier together to the World Spa and Wellness Awards. What's changed in your life since you went on that trip?
I definitely feel a lot more worldly. It was one of the best experiences that I've ever had, I would say. I feel a lot more confident since then. I've grown a lot in myself and in the industry as well, as we met a lot of industry leaders there. So, yeah.
And Charlotte, what are you doing at the moment in your role?
So at the moment I'm studying with Keely also, doing the degree and working with the amazing Mary at Elly Lukas. It's just a lot more in depth of what you've gone through in your diploma. So yeah, I think attendance is key and dedication. You really have to love it to put in all the hard work as well.
So ladies, we're about to get on a boat and cruise around the Sydney Harbour and have a little bit of lunch. We've just come from the Beauty Expo. What's been your favourite thing so far?
Probably all the brands that we use in Elly Lukas, like Mancini and Heyo.
Talking to leading professionals of all the skincare and all the brands like Mancini, and seeing it from a business perspective. I really liked the samples and stuff they gave out. I thought that was really good because we get to take it home. And yeah, I loved all the information. It was really inspiring.
It's an amazing opportunity to be able to be at the Expo in Sydney and to just take on board all of these great deals and meet industry leaders. It's just amazing.
If you weren't here today, what would you be doing on a normal Saturday?
Working.
Probably rugged up inside because the Melbourne weather is just so depressing. So it's good to get away to the sun. It's really interesting to see how far skincare and makeup has come. So to be able to have that one-on-one contact, I think is a really amazing opportunity. I really enjoyed it.
I'm more interested in skincare now, looking at all the different products and all the avenues you can go through.
I had what it was an epiphany. It's one of those moments in life where it just feels my dream began. And this was lying in this hot pool, snow all around, and just feeling at one with nature and with myself and with the people who were there. And that oneness, what I wanted to bring back to Australia. I just felt, why don't we have this at home in Australia? So I had a beer with somebody after work, and this was in Tokyo. And they said to me, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, I'd love to do hot springs. And they said, I think there's hot water on the Mornington Peninsula. It took us from 1997 when we bought the property, it took us till 2005 to be able to open the door. So it took us 8 years before we could actually start a business. So every time I thought of going back to Collins Street or going back to Tokyo and working and be able to walk into a good job with a good wage, which I could have easily done, I realised that wasn't an option because my heart was somewhere else. Money should be a byproduct of any great thing that you do. You do what you love and you'll find that the money will come. If you follow money, you'll find unhappiness. So really do what you love is probably the number one thing you can do in life.
After I graduated, I went to Abu Dhabi for a year working for Ritz-Carlton. the opportunities that you got from that and the experience, the training, definitely something worth doing if you're thinking of going overseas. Currently working at Rationale, which is a luxury skincare brand where I'm a skin consultant, so just doing facials and skin consultations.
And I actually worked for Steiner Cruise Ships, and that was an absolute dream job. 6 weeks travelling and learning in London, and then straight off to the Caribbean, Barbados one day, Aruba the next day, Portugal, Spain. It just absolutely incredible.
The more medical aesthetic side of the industry is focusing more on wellness and the client journey. Really utilising different aspects of wellness. Lots of day spas are incorporating mindfulness and meditation.
Just try and network and make connections and chat with as many people as possible, and you'll definitely make a name for yourself.
Consumers are more savvy than they've ever been, so everyone knows what vitamin C is, what retinol is, how important it is to use vitamin B, tyrosinase inhibitors. So you'll make yourself indispensable if you do your own independent research. You need to be able to arm yourself with quality answers when a client gives you a really scientific question, which they will nowadays. So
it can be hard work what we do, but for me, my main focus is to help people. I love making people feel good about themselves, and you have those ones that really kind of sit in your heart as well and go, yeah, this is the reason why I'm here and what I do. Like the other day I had a client who had terminal cancer, and just to make them feel special for the amount of time that they have left is like, it's a very rewarding thing to do later. So any time that you go through a challenge or anything, just go back to your why. Like, why are you here? Why did you start? And just keep moving forward, because you will get chucked with so many challenges, and it's just being resilient to what you do, and that's the best way.
What can you expect when you get out of the school? What you will be confronted by is an aesthetics world that is quickly changing, very quickly. You really will be empowered to change people's lives. You don't think much about it sitting out there right now, but the time will come when you'll remember old Dr. King saying, you have the power to change lives, because you really do. We've done it millions and millions of times. And I'm telling you, it's a satisfaction that even a lot of money can't bring. Money will come. If you're good, money will come. My advice, number one, know exactly who you are. Know exactly who you are. And your right to be that way, any place, any time. That's success rule number one. Success rule number two, you are what you charge. If you know you're good and you know you're the best at what you can do, then charge accordingly. Because all they can say is no. Because whatever you charge is what you are. I've been around a bloody long time, and I've seen some of the best beauty colleges all over the world. Just one of the little things that impressed me about this school. It's the excellence, it's the protocol, it's all the things that makes it very special. So you're all graduating from a very special place. You really, really are, because you haven't seen all the other ones, and I have. So you take my word for it.